As we went to break, I was telling you that I wanted to talk a little bit about Drew Brees' legacy, even though this is the opening Monday after the NCAA tournament brackets have come out, and usually March Madness has taken over the entire country by storm. I do think we have to contextualize Drew Brees and what his career meant. So let me start here. I legitimately believe that no athlete has ever meant more to the city in which he played than Drew Brees has meant to New Orleans. In fact, I don't think it is a crazy possibility that if Drew Brees had not been the quarterback of the New Orleans Saints, I think in the wake of Hurricane Katrina, it's possible that the New Orleans Saints decided to relocate maybe to San Antonio and play elsewhere because that city was so devastated after Hurricane Katrina. For those of you who don't remember, all of the people who had to move into the Superdome and live there as the floodwaters and the levees all collapsed, and that city was absolutely done for months. It took years for things to recover from that flood, from the hurricane. I really don't think there is a single athlete in America right now that has mattered more to the individual city that he is in than what Drew Brees came to represent for New Orleans and what Drew Brees accomplished, to me, in his generation, because I think you have to rank quarterbacks by generations because the game changes so much. Drew Brees is an unquestioned first-ballot NFL Hall of Famer. You look at what he accomplished as he is retiring, first all-time in passing yards with 80,358. First all-time in completions with 7,142. First all-time in completion percentage at 67.7%. And second all-time in touchdowns at 571. And he also won a Super Bowl for New Orleans, which for those of you who remember watching that celebration, the Saints who had never won anything, for them to win the Super Bowl and for Drew Brees to do it with them against, ironically enough, a New Orleans native in Peyton Manning, is one of the all-time great celebrations to watch a city ever have. 15 years Drew Brees spent as a Saint. I believe you have to rank Drew Brees third best quarterback of his generation. I think Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time. He's clearly the best quarterback of this generation. Peyton Manning, in my opinion, is the second best quarterback of this generation. And I think you can make the argument candidly that Tom Brady and Peyton Manning are the two best quarterbacks to ever play in the NFL. And then I believe of their generation, Drew Brees is third place. But significantly, I think of everyone out there that has ever played in a modern era, I believe that Drew Brees is more significant to New Orleans than any other athlete is to any other city in America in this era. Now, I think there are other athletes in past eras, for instance, Jordan to Chicago. I think he defined Chicago in a big way. But I think the Bulls would have stayed in Chicago no matter what, even if Jordan had never been a Bull. I'm really not sure that the New Orleans Saints still exist as a franchise down in the Crescent City if Drew Brees isn't there at the time that he is, with the 15 years that he brought to bear for that city, helping them to rebuild from Hurricane Katrina. So one of the NFL's all-time great guys, yes, I would have liked to have seen him in another Super Bowl. Yes, I am incredibly curious to see what in the world Sean Payton is going to be capable of doing with that position going forward, because as you just heard me asking Paul Kaharski, I think one of the big questions that's out there is, what will the future look like for the Saints and for Sean Payton trying to replace a legend like this? But that remains to be seen. In the meantime, salute to Drew Brees, the city of New Orleans, and what they came to represent together. I'm not sure we've ever seen a more symbiotic, beautiful relationship than the music that those two were able to make together.